This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am thrilled to be speaking with ALEX GINSBERG, the vocalist, guitarist, songwriter. He is, well, I'm gonna call you the main man, behind the rock band BITER. But before we get to our interview, here's a sneak peek at BITER's incredible song, Uptight.
He don't love me, I know, it's just the way he wants everything. But I want to be, I want to feel like this can't get you out of my mind. I'm gonna ruin my night, I'll give you this one more.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm enjoying this rainy day down in Brooklyn. How are you doing?
You know what? Me too, in Manhattan. But you know what? We got to enjoy these gloomy days, because God bless, if there's been a time to choose gratitude now more than ever, it's this, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. I would say so.
Listen, I know I called you the main man in the intro, but I do want to just give a little shout out to the two members who didn't show up. No, I'm just kidding. They're amazing. We have Dan on bass, and we also have John the Snake on drums. And I want you to first go into ALEX. Talk to me a little bit about how BITER came about and how you all came together to join this and create this amazing rock band.
Sure. It was a pre-pandemic band. John the Snake, who you referenced, and I were in a band in college together at Wesleyan University in Connecticut. Dan was also at that college, but didn't play in that band. Say John or Jake and I, sort of had a collaborative project going on early on. And then a few years ago, I started writing some music again after like a 5-year hiatus. I really wanted to play some live shows, and I felt like, sort of punk rock revival was happening. And I felt like we had sort of an energy from college that we could do again. So Jake and I started playing a few songs, and then we brought Dan in, who was my former roommate and a friend of ours. We wrote a few more, and now we're just wrapping up our first EP.
That's incredible, Alex. And I'm also curious to know the impetus behind the song Uptight.
Sure. I was in a relationship up until recently that was a great, fruitful, loving relationship, but it felt like there was some impending doom coming up, and we were working up against some things that ultimately caused us to move forward individually in separate directions. And Uptight was kind of capturing a little bit of that energy of, being in a house together, trying to make things work, but feeling some sort of tension building, no matter how much you're working on things.
I mean, look at Alex. I think that's something that so many people can relate to now more than ever. I mean,
Sure.
Some relationships thrived during the pandemic, but some, and I wouldn't even say failed, and I love the way that you put it, because that you're able to now look at maybe at 30,000 feet, or maybe at 10,000 feet at least, because I don't know how soon, how long ago you broke up, but, to think positively that as individuals, you're still going to root for one another.
Totally. Yeah, that's well said.
That's amazing. Well, listen, I want to also know, when did you realize, Alex, that you not only had a really amazing singing voice, but you had an affinity for the guitar?
Good question. I started playing guitar when I was 14 because my friends were in a band and I just wanted to hang out with them. So I picked up a guitar that was just laying on the floor and started, doodling around with it. And when did I know? I mean, I would say that's maybe that's a generous term to say I have an affinity for the guitar. I can play it. There's people much more talented than I am, but I think I'm, from working with pedals and distortion and trying to do some fun things with like reverse loops and stuff, I'd say maybe in tinkering, trying to cover other bands, realizing I could do that, maybe moving in a different direction. I felt like, oh, maybe this is somewhat of a unique voice to have with a guitar.
I love it. And how did you guys come up with the band name Biter? Was that you?
No, that was actually John the Snake. John the Snake is a very, I think he's a very verbal, creative man. We had a writing session after one of our band practices where we were just spitballing a bunch of names, and I think Biter was one he had kind of locked and loaded. And the moment we heard it, we're just like, that's it. Just captures the sound, the energy so well.
I love it. Well, listen, before my final question, I want to let everyone know for more on the incredible Alex Ginsberg and his band, Biter, you can read more about him and all of them right below this video. Alex, if you could give your younger self some advice, what would it be?
I could give my younger self some advice. What would it be? Great question. Be patient. Allow yourself to explore all different types of music that you're interested in. Don't feel like you have to pigeonhole yourself into a single genre, and just really enjoy collaborating and accept that good things take time.
Amen. I couldn't have said it better myself. Listen, I'm so excited that you're joining this incredible new app, but also, Alex, I'm grateful that we're connecting now. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Will. It's a lot of fun.